Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's Christmas time, y'all, and everybody is all stressed out trying to get their Christmas shopping done, by which I mean I'm all stressed out trying to get my Christmas shopping done. So I thought maybe we would just take a little minute and talk about Christmas shopping. Maybe talk about some ideas for gifts that you can buy the readers in your life, because we're all readers here, right? So maybe gifts that you can buy readers in your life, or if you got somebody that's giving you gifts and you're a little concerned about what they might give you, this is a video you can maybe slide over to them and give them some ideas of what to get you. So I tell you what, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. And I'll jump us over onto the computer and we'll just jump straight into looking at some ideas for gifts for readers. All right, y'all. That was way more drama than it should have been, me trying to get us onto the computer, but we're here, we're good to go, and I have lists. Now, let me go ahead and say this. I have organized my thoughts into lists, but here's what I guarantee is going to happen. I'm going to be talking about something, and then all of a sudden I'm going to remember something else, and it's going to be off to the races. So y'all just prepare yourselves for that. But let's just jump straight into this. And first, let's talk about friends who like to read like books. Like actual books in hands, physical books. So there are things that go along with reading books in hands, physical books. Now, of course, you can buy books for folks. Sometimes I buy books for folks, whether I know they have them or not, because I love the book, and then I just buy it. So, of course, that's always an option. But let's talk about, there are lots of things that go along with reading books. So let's jump straight into the Amazons and look at some of those things. And y'all, many of these things, I'm not necessarily going to recommend a certain one of them. I'm just going to show you the thing, and y'all can pick your own, like this one. Let me see, I don't even know what they're called. Flags? Book flags? There we go. They're called book flags. I love these. Now, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of these because I like to, y'all get ready to judge me, I like to color coordinate my book flag with the cover of my book. And sometimes I just use them as a bookmark. Like I don't even flag my books. Like I don't even annotate my books with my book flags. I just use them as bookmarks because I think they're so cute. But I should have brought some up here. They're downstairs in my book tote, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can get different size sets. You can get just a few, 3, 4, 6 of these. You can get dozens of them. This one is 1,200 pieces for $6.55. Now again, here's a 600 piece one. And of course the piece, like they count each one of the flags. So I think this is just a pretty, this one has flags and the little dot ones. So you can like stick that on your page and make a note. I like those. Then there's like the Mo Gator ones that's just all the colors. But I feel like these, some of these colors aren't so cute. But look, you do you. You get what you think that your gift receiving person will enjoy. But book flags. I love book flags. Along with these, of course, there are highlighters. Y'all, oh, these are books. Highlighter pens. Oh, have highlighters come a long, long way since back in the day. Y'all remember these like bright yellow highlighters we used to have back in the day? Oh, not anymore. I mean, obviously they still exist, but look at these gorgeous double tipped. Will they show me the two tips? I'm sure they will. Hang on. Look. A bold tip so you can like highlight the whole line, or if you're an underliner highlighter, there's one of those. And of course, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your gift receiving person. These are a lovely gift. You can get nice sets. Look at this one. 10 colors. Absolutely beautiful. And again, so these are $16.78 for a set. And there are lots of options. You can read, I'm not trying to tell y'all how to do your business, but if you read in the comments, people will blow them up if they bleed through. You could read that in the comments. And sometimes it doesn't matter, like depending on if you're buying them like for somebody that colors. A lot of times the nice coloring books don't have pictures on both sides. So if it bleeds a little bit, it's okay. But you don't want bleed through in your books. So a lot of times in the comments, it'll tell you whether they bleed through or not. So maybe check that out on your highlighters. But highlighters, I think, are a great gift for readers who read in actual books. And here's, if you just look up highlights, here's what you get, in case you were wondering. So, oh, bookmarkers, y'all. The world of bookmarkers. And listen, let me tell you, as a person who reads physical books, reads Kindle books, I read books, I read on like all kinds of things. The shameless things that I have stuck in books to mark my pages, sometimes it would be nice to have a nice fancy bookmark. And you can get, there are all kinds of different bookmarks. You can get fancy bookmarks. You can get, these leather bookmarks are lovely. You can get the kind that clip on the page. You can get these ones that dangle over the edge. You can get the bendy ones that like you put on the book and you bend it over. So if your reader is like me and they tend to wave their book around as, I about picked up my book so I could show you again. They wave their book around as they're talking with it. Y'all have seen me do that 100 times. These are lovely. So I know I said that I wasn't going to go through and like show you all the everythings. I was just going to give you some ideas. I think bookmarks are a fantastic idea, and especially if it's somebody that you know well, and so you know things about them. For instance, if you had somebody that, like, let's say you know that turtle is their favorite animal. Maybe you could find them some turtle bookmarks. How cute would that be? Or just any old kind of thing. If it's somebody who is religious and you know that they read a lot of Christian books, like Christian literature or whatever, they're studying the Bible, maybe you could get them that themed of a bookmark. I just think that that's a nice, like, personal touch that you can add to a gift. So bookmarks. I know I'm going to circle back to these, like to this kind of stuff, but let's jump on over and talk about things like, my mama bought me one of these. So I read on physical books, but I can't even think of the last book that I read that was a physical book that I didn't have the Kindle book of it. Well, I can't remember what book it was, but there was one. And because I read my books on Kindles all the time, even if I'm reading the physical book, like I'll sit on the couch and read the physical book, but when I read in the bed, I read on my Kindle. So I don't have a like book light or a reading light by my bed. So I mentioned that to my mom and she bought me a reading light. And y'all, reading lights have come a long way too. So there's lots of different options of these. So you can get the kind that clip onto your book. And this is what my mama sent me, was one that clips onto my book. There are ones that you wear. See this one that you kind of like strap around your neck and you angle it at your book? You can see how you can like change the angle of where the light is. So that's pretty snazzy. And then, so here are other like clip-on. There's one other one, and I can't find it in here, and I don't want to spend forever looking for it. But it's like a plexiglass. Maybe if I do plexiglass reading light, and then we're just going to move on. Reading light, plexiglass. There it is. So you lay it on the book, and the lights come in from the side. I have one of these and it works really well. My only issue with it is using it, reading at night, it's very bright. So just be aware of that. But this one's pretty snazzy too. So portable reading lights might be an option for your readers that read actual like physical books. Another absolute must-have. I love these, y'all. I have a couple of these. And I'm going to show you like a reasonable facsimile of the one that I have, because I'm not sure the exact one that I have, but it's a book tote bag. And y'all, I have all of my book stuff. I think mine's a little smaller than this. All right, hang on. I'm going to show you the one that I have. All right, here's the one that I have. Oh, it's currently unavailable. But there are a zillion of these out there. I absolutely love it. So if you look at, is there a picture of the pockets? This thing is just being cantankerous. Let me find another one. Because again, they're all the same. Here we go. See, it's got pockets, so you can store all of your reading stuff. So I have my, I have all of my flags in there. I keep like whatever book I'm reading in there. I keep my flags in there. I have tins of highlighters. I have, clear Post-its. We need to talk about those. I'm going to add that to my list. I told y'all this was going to happen. But I have clear Post-its in there. I have all kinds of stuff in my reading tote. So that way, it's not, this stuff isn't all over the house, because y'all, I have enough stuff all over the house. And I have it with me when I'm reading. So I think some kind of little like reading tote bag is a great gift for a reader. And while I'm thinking about it, this should have been back with our flags, but clear Post-it notes. I love these. So, yeah, they're exactly what they sound like. They're just clear Post-it notes, but you can stick them in your book and write notes. And then, because I don't know why, like I used to write in books all the time. I don't like writing in books anymore. So I can stick a clear Post-it in there, write on it with a fine Sharpie, which would be another nice gift to go with this. Give that to your reader. Give them some clear Post-it notes, a cute little set of flags, some Sharpies, some like fine Sharpies to write on their clear Post-it notes. And this didn't even make it on the list, and we're talking about it. Highlight tape, y'all. This is the bomb. So you can get the pre-cut highlight tape, so the ones that are just like strips, and obviously you can get sets that have the highlight tape in them, or if your reader is like a serious highlighter, you can get rolls of highlighting tape. And again, if you don't want to, or you think they won't want to highlight directly in their books, or if you're like, I don't know which freaking highlighters to get, I don't want to get ones that bleed through, highlighting tape never bleeds through. So this is bomb. I absolutely love it. Y'all, the day I discovered highlighting tape changed my life. I know. Y'all think it's not all that heavy? You're not a reader. So highlighting tape, we are back up to our above category. We are out of physical reading things right now. So we talked about book lights. We talked about a tote bag. We talked about clear Post-its, because that just came up. Let's talk about, now this might be a little touch and go. You got to really know your reader for this one, but a book, is it book journal or reading journal? Let's see. Let's show this one, book journal for book lovers. So some kind of book journal, reading journal, a journal in which they can jot down either, there are a couple of different ways to do this. Either a book journal where they could write down the books that they're reading and their thoughts about the book, or a reading journal. So to journal as you're reading. Again, you got to really know your reader to know if this is for them or not, but I think it's a cute idea. So see, it lets you review the book so that you remember 5 years later, when you're like, wait, I think I read that, but I don't remember, they can go back and look and see what they thought about it. So I think this is a really thoughtful gift, a reading journal of some sort. And if you're trying to put together a gift, then you can do like a little bag, a reading journal, some highlighters, some flags, that kind of thing. Or and y'all, we're going to talk about some spendy stuff and some not as spendy stuff. So if you're trying to put together like a, more spendy thing, put together some of these things. A not as spendy thing, put together a few of these things, tie a bow around it, and say happy reading. And I think either one of those options is equally valid. So whilst we're talking about that, let's talk about, so we've talked about things you can put in the books, like highlighters, like flags, those kind of things. We've talked about like things that you can use with the book, like a bag, lights, those kind of things. Let's talk about setting the ambiance for reading. Y'all, you can't see it right now, it's over there, but candles. I always have a candle going when I'm reading. And this is another one of those, you might kind of need to know the person that you're buying for to pick them a good candle, but candles. And again, you can spend a lot of money on a candle or you can spend not a lot of money on a candle. I love Yankee Candle. All of my candles in my house are Yankee candles. One, because I love them, and two, because they come in these Gator huge jars, so you can light it. And I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying I do this. Light it and walk away from it and don't worry about it. Not that I leave it burning for like 4 days, but I don't have to worry about it like dripping over the edges or doing all the things that I've done before with candles. I know that they're safe of those things, but there are obviously tons of different options for candles. You can probably get hand-poured candles. There's probably some person that lives near you that makes hand-poured candles. You can get you know, some cute little candle like I Wish I Lived Next Door to You. So I think candles are a great option. I also love, maybe not more than candles, but I really, really love a nice wax. Is it wax warmer or wax melter? Let's put it in and see what comes up. Wax melter. That's what you see, that light right there, that's a wax melter. And that's one right there too. I have them all over my house. I love them. Now these come in many, many, many. I have this one in my kitchen. I think that one's really cool. And it's not overly girly. So the intern's not like, why is this? What is this? Why am I living in a sorority house? Why is this in my kitchen? So you can see last purchased then. So I love a nice wax melter, and y'all saw that. That was $23.79. And that might be a little spendy for that one. But you can see there are some super cute ones in here. $12.99. You can make a really cute gift out of a wax melter. I'll show you one I bought my mama. Mama, don't look at this. Maybe I don't see it in here, but it's one with fairies on it. It's like this one, but it has fairies instead of that strange tree thing. But you can do this and get some, y'all, the wax melts that I love the most. I think they're Better Homes and Gardens. I get them at the Walmart. And the small pack is $2.22 and the big pack is $4.44. I don't do like fussy, I mean, maybe that's fussy. I don't think that's fussy. But I don't do fussy like, you know, artesian wax melts. I just buy the wax melts I like at the Walmart. And they're going all the day long in my house. Look at this cute one. So I tried to tell myself I was not going to buy a single thing while we're shopping together, but y'all, look how cute that is. And it makes flowers on the wall. Okay. We might come back to this. But so, ooh, that one's pretty too. Look at this one. That is, there's nothing not lovely about that. That is absolutely lovely. And so okay, we don't need to talk about how a wax melter works. Y'all know how a wax melter works. So a wax melter and some little wax melts would be nice. So your reader can like set it up and sit and, you know, read in some nice stink. So candle, wax melter, and some wax melts. Now, let's get into this thing. Tea. I drink tea a lot. I like good tea. Now, I mean, I think I like good tea. Maybe the tea that I drink is like trash tea and I just think it's good tea. But the intern bought me this years ago. It is the Breville tea kettle. And in my head, so there was a video, I'm sure it's still out there. If you look, it's this one. And wait, I'll know if I see the controls. Yeah, that's it. So the intern bought me this. Like I said, my gosh, it's got to be 13 years ago. I use it at the very least, at least once a day. And so you can do loose teas or bag teas. I generally do loose tea, but when I'm lazy, I drink. So I have some bag, like my chamomile tea is bag tea. I have a few teas that are bag teas, but you just scoop your loose tea into the basket and you set the thing. You see right there, it says green, black, what different kinds of tea. You can tell I only drink green and black because those are the ones that I know are on there. But you set that, and then it sets the thing for the right temperature and time for your kind of tea. And then you just mash the tea button over on the other side, and the basket, I mean, obviously you have to put tea in the basket and you put water in the thing. And the basket goes and lowers down, and it makes the water the right temperature, and then it lowers the basket down, and the basket sits in there the right amount of time, and then it raises the basket back up, and your tea is done, and it beeps at you, and it'll hold it at temperature for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long, because I always just pour mine right then and drink it. But y'all, this is not cheap. This is spendy. This is, I'm stuck here. Oh, this is $300. But you know what? The price, I don't think the price has changed. I think it's always $300. But I can absolutely recommend this. When we bought it, when the intern bought it 13 years ago, so if it hasn't changed since then, it is fantastic. I love it. We've given it as gifts. We gave my mom one. We've given the interns people, we've given it as gifts to them. Absolutely love this. So if you're looking for a nice gift for, like a spendy kind of gift for somebody that is a tea drinker, I think this is a lovely gift. There are other kinds. This is just the one that I know. There are other types out there. There are lots of other tea makers. I think a tea maker is a lovely gift. I get my tea, and again, y'all, this might just be trash tea that I overpay for, but I buy my tea on a website called the Tea Spot, and I love it. I've never had a tea from there that I don't like. Actually, I have a peppermint tea from there that I don't love, but I only don't love it because I love their spearmint tea so much that the peppermint tea pales in comparison. So it's not really the peppermint tea's fault, but I think tea is a lovely gift. I also buy rock sugar. Now, I don't think there's any difference between, I might be completely wrong, but I believe that rock sugar and regular sugar are just the very same. I just like rock sugar. I like to scoop it out and dump it in my tea maker. I just like the I don't know, the sensation of using rock sugar. So this, if you're doing a tea gift, there are lots of different kinds of rock sugar on here that you can buy. You can get like a little bag of rock sugar to go with some tea, and maybe a teacup, which is also on my list. So you can get tea. Wait, I bet if we do brewing cup, there are cups where you can make the tea right in the cup. So if you don't want to spend $300, I mean, who doesn't want to? But, okay, these are other things too. So if you don't want to spend $300 on a teapot, you can just get a cup, and they can make tea in their cup. You see, it's got what did they show the thing? Oh, see right there, that basket? You can put loose tea in the basket and make tea right there in your own cup. I think that's a lovely gift with some tea and some sugar. Dude. Or we've given these as gifts too. These are lovely. So you can buy blooming teas, and they're flowers. So they literally like open up. I think that's a lovely gift. This, like, you got to legit be a tea lover for this. Like, these you can do if somebody just likes tea, like if they like to just drink like black tea or whatever. Like, you got to really like tea, I think, to enjoy a blooming tea. But I think people that read, like classics readers, would probably like a blooming tea. I'm just saying. Like, maybe not people that read Butcher. Like, if you love Butcher and Blackbird, you might not be a fan of blooming tea. I'm just saying. I mean, I might be wrong. That might just be me. But to me, like, I think blooming tea is beautiful. It's just a little bit too delicate for me. Like, I like my tea to have some, yeah. So let's get past that. So back to the cups. I think a lovely teacup or a coffee mug, a cute coffee mug, would be great, because who doesn't like to sit and sip some stuff while they're, I almost said while they're drinking. No, while they're reading. So a cute coffee mug. Not sure why that coffee mug has. That's interesting. But, okay, that might get you pulled over. Driving down the road drinking out of one of those. But you know what? I kind of want one. Anyway, let's get out of that. So again, coffee mug and a nice coffee for your reader what I 100% always have with me when I'm drinking is a big old jug of water. So I just happen to have a Stanley. There is actually a Stanley cup inside of this ridiculous. Look at y'all. Look how ridiculous this is. How funny is this? I know how ridiculous and silly this is, and I love it, and I will not stop using these. But I only have a Stanley. I don't want to say Stanley Cup because hockey fans, we have a reverence for Stanley Cup, but a Stanley tumbler because the intern bought me one. But it is lovely. I love it. I think that's a lovely gift. But there are also all kinds of different tumblers out there that are not $45 that make lovely gifts. So, and I think that it's a very nice gift for a reader because you can sit and just drink. You can stay hydrated whilst you're reading. So I think that's a great gift idea as well. We can probably find, I meant to talk about book themed mugs. This is what I meant to talk about, not just regular coffee mugs, but you can do a regular lovely coffee mug, or you can do a book-themed coffee mug or teacup, or look how cute that is. Y'all, I'm not buying anything while I'm here with y'all. Look. Oh, she is lovely. The little voices in my head keep telling me to get more books. Oh, y'all, they do. They do. Get out of there. Okay. All right. So, book-themed coffee cups, teacups, coffee mugs. We're not going to because then we will definitely be in trouble. But like tumblers, like big water cups, book-themed ones for your readers. Look how cute this is. Y'all, stop clicking things. That's very cute though. All right. So we have those. One more thing. Now, y'all, if anybody has a good one of these to recommend, I would love it because I have these all over and I haven't been able to find a good one lately, but a cup warmer. So an electric cup warmer. I feel like the ones you get now, they don't get as hot anymore as they used to. But again, if you're trying to build a gift, get a book-themed cup warmer, little tea, little coffee, little sugar, little whatever. Very cute gift. And again, if you're sitting for hours reading, it's nice to have something to keep your cup warm. I did get one that was very hot, but it was too hot, like too hot. And you were supposed to be able to control the heat and I couldn't, so I just sent it back. So if anybody has a recommendation, I know I'm supposed to be making recommendations to y'all, but look, turnabout is fair play. So cup warmer to go with that whole thing. Let's get out of the cups. We talked about wax melts. How about this one? How about a cozy blanket to curl up with on the couch and read your books? Y'all, 100%. How about a book-themed blanket? So good. Okay. I'll do you one better. How about a wearable book-themed blanket? I mean, 100. The only thing that would be better than this, and I really don't think they exist, is a wearable book-themed shark. Now, I have the shark, and there are sometimes, like, if a book is getting really super dicey, I will wear my shark when I'm reading it instead of just like my regular wearable blanket or just a normal blanket, because sometimes you just need to like disappear into the shark and like give yourself a little minute. Love it. Love it. This is super cute. Like you could do shark head up, shark head down. You could have feet fins or not feet fins. So this, y'all, I bought this when I had COVID because I was just miserable and stuck at home and just didn't feel well. So I wanted a shark, so I got a shark. And I was so much happier with it than I thought I would be. I love it. It is so much fun. So if you have a goofy, like fun reader and you're like, what am I going to get them for Christmas? Buy them a shark. Trust me on this one. All right, so we're getting them a shark. And how about some either fuzzy slippers, or probably better than the fuzzy slippers is, because like we're working on the like cozying up to read theme, slipper socks. Slipper socks with a cozy blanket. Yeah, that's really good. And again, y'all, I know times are tough, and just the nature of the beast. Some folks you're going to spend more money on than others just because of the nature of your relationships. So it's very easy to put together a few gifts to make a nice presentation for not a lot of money, or to put together a few gifts and to spend a little more money. So I think any of these you could put together. Look at this. What is this? A Metluck, cute animal house slippers. I don't even know. I have no idea, but now I want them. It's some weird little brown thing roasting marshmallows. All right. And it comes in gift box packaging. Sometimes I just love the translation. Okay, so blanket, fuzzy slippers. How about, because now we're on the couch, right? We've made it to the couch. How about a reading pillow? I have my favorite reading pillow. I thought about taking y'all around and showing you the things, but then I was like, that would be all day, and people do not have all day to spend with you, Danielle. Don't try to make yourself that important. My favorite reading pillow is just a pillow. Like, it's a pillow-shaped pillow that the intern's mom and stepdad gave me for Christmas last year, year before. And it says Danielle's favorite reading pillow, and it really is. And it says just one more chapter. And like, I sit it on my lap to prop up either my book or my Kindle when I'm reading, and it's fabulous. But there are some great ones on here. So there's like the boyfriend pillow that you can put behind you, or the ones you can put over your lap so that you can like prop your arms up or like prop up your book and stuff. There's all kinds of options out there. And again, look at this one. That's fancy. So this obviously I think you would do in the bed, right? Like, I can't imagine you would do this on the couch. That's an awful lot for a couch, but it's very cute. And again, you kind of need to know your gift recipient pretty well to pick one of these, but I think those are fabulous. Oops. Along those same lines, some kind of lap desk. So there's all different kinds of these, and they're great for like for propping up your Kindle, propping up your book. I got one from Walmart. I'm sure you can get it on here too. It's just this one. It's just like this, except it's got holes in it and a fan. There's a fan underneath so that you can use your laptop on it. But these are great for like if you want to sit with your book propped up on it, or again your Kindle propped up on it, and you can put little stuff in your drawer. It's just super cute. So just some ideas of things to get for your reader. All right, how about, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to regret doing this because these get me every time. I'm just going to I'm going to search in Amazon book themed shirt. Y'all, some of these are so cute. So you can find just like generic book themed shirts, or you can find shirts themed to specific books. So like, y'all, I know y'all are like, did you just say the same thing twice? I didn't. See, this is just a generic book themed shirt, right? It is a Christmas tree made out of books. Super cute. Danielle, you don't need it. Click off that page. But then there are shirts that are themed to specific books. Like if you know that your reader loves, you have to be careful which put in. How about, oh, yeah. So if you know your reader is obsessed with Dragon School, Bazgayath War College shirt, y'all. Seriously, how do we not have this yet? Here's another Bazgayath shirt. Oh, y'all. So if you know there's a book or a series or a character that your reader loves, you can look for shirts themed to that, like that specific book or that specific product line. So that's what I meant, generic book shirts or specific book shirts. And I'm gonna get out of here before we go buy in another book shirt. So there's that. You can also get hoodies, of course, or like sweatshirts. And a lot of these, they just come on. Y'all. No. Fly or die. All right, we are coming back to this. But for now, we're moving on. Okay, stop shopping. Stop it. See what I mean? See what I knew this was going to be bad. Okay, so book themed shirts, hoodies, pants, right? Comfy pants. Comfy pants are fabulous. I wonder if there are book themed comfy pants. Book themed comfy pants. Super cute. So another option. So really book themed anything to lounge about in while you're reading. All right, one more thing, and then we're going to talk about another thing, and then we're out because y'all, we've been here for like 4 hours, and y'all are really making me want to buy things, and that's bad. So y'all, one of my favorite things to do is read in the bath. So how do you do that? How do you up your book in the drink? Well, it's super easy. You get a bath tray, and the one that I have might actually be from the Amazons. Let me see if I can find it. It is, the intern bought it for me. It's this one. It's absolutely lovely. So this one I do recommend because I have it. And like I said, it's absolutely lovely. I've had it for a few years. And so it stretches, like it slides out. So it accommodates different size baths. And look, you have a spot for your wine glass. It has, is there a better picture of it? Look at that. It's like outside in a hot tub. Okay, there it is. So it has the thing, so you can either, I don't use it this way, but you can like lean things up against it. But what I do is I take my Kindle and I like set it on the thing, and then I lean the part where you're supposed to lean your book onto it, I lean that forward to hold my Kindle up while I'm reading. And so you have spots for all your things. You can put a candle on it. You can put all the things on it. And I feel like mine is very sturdy. So I don't want to say buy this and then have you buy it and like yours drops your Kindle in the drink or something. But I like mine a lot. I use it very often, like very often. So I think that's a great option. We already talked about candles. I think if you do this and you want to build a theme, maybe do a candle with it or some kind of, I'm old and I exercise too much every day. So I just soak in plain Epsom salts. But y'all, there's all kinds of lovely, like bath bombs you can do. You can do like a bath tray with bath bombs. Absolutely lovely. Bath salts, there are different, so it's Epsom salts, but they're like scented. I love a nice, is it lilac? What's the purple one? Is that lilac? I don't know what it is. But scented bath salts, I think that would be lovely with the tray and a candle. And I don't have one of these. I need to get it. I just steal the intern's towel and use it. But a bath pillow to stick on the bath, like to stick on the tub behind you whilst you're soaking and reading and using your bath tray with your candle and your bath bomb. Lovely. So, all right, I have one more thing and then that's it. All right, so my last thing, hang on, let's get off of here. All right, here's my last item. And this is really more of like a think about this kind of thing. I mean, which I guess all of them have been like suggestions for you to think about different sort of variations on them that you can do. But this is really kind of that. So think about maybe like subscriptions that your readers might like. And I will tell you what I'm thinking. those of you who watch my videos know that though I try to fight it, I'm very deeply entrenched in the Amazon ecosystem. Like, I listen to books on Audible. I have Kindle Unlimited that I use often. I buy books, like Kindle books, to read. People in my family do the same kinds of things. So for relatives, I have bought, like, I have given gift subscriptions to Kindle Unlimited to relatives who I thought would like the authors in Kindle Unlimited and who I know read on Kindles and like enjoy shopping within the Amazon ecosystem. I have a relative who I know listens to Audible books. So I went in and sort of researched how to give Audible gift credit, like Audible credits as gifts. So think about those kind of things. I couldn't figure out, I looked at Kobo and I couldn't figure out if there was a way to give Kobo Plus as a gift, or like to give a, like extend a subscription to Kobo Plus or something. But think about those kind of things. So if you know somebody who uses something or reads on something or listens on something, and you think that there is a subscription that they might like, think about getting them some sort of introductory offer to the, and not like, you know, give them the free first 3 months of Audible or something. Y'all, come on, we can do better than that. But, you know, if you think that, like, my nephew last year or year before was not an Audible listener. I think it's my sister's son, and I know my sister, he grew up listening to Audible in the backseat of my sister's car, but I don't think he ever thought about it for himself, like as a way to consume content for himself. Well, I bought him Audible credits one year, and he started listening to books, and then told me the next time I saw him that he really liked it, and that he had continued to, like, had kept up with Audible for himself. So think about that for people in your life, like things that they might enjoy, subscriptions that they might like, that either they have that you can add to, or maybe that they don't have or that they don't know about. I think that's a great gift, like a way to sort of share maybe something that you enjoy with them, or a way to show them something that you think they might enjoy. So just think about that. All right, y'all, that's it. Those are all of my ideas. I know I've missed so many good ideas, but those are the ones that I use. Honestly, y'all, those are really the ones that I use, like on the daily or on the regular as a reader. So let us know in the comments, what are your suggestions? Either what would you like to receive as a reader? What do you use often as a reader? Or what are you giving to the readers in your life? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week, with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.